Good afternoon and welcome to Tafawa Balewa Cricket Oval, the home of cricket and venue for the Nigeria Super League. It's day 7, March 14 of this tantalizing encounter of matches that we are seeing. My name is Oluwaseun Ajidagba. I have here with me the standing captain for the Eastern Elephants, who are the home team, Jimoh Abdulrahman, the away team captain of Western Dolphins, Vincent Adewoye, and our third umpire for today, umpire Sukomi Odedele. The Eastern Elephants who toss, and of course, the Western Dolphins will make the call.
This is head. This is tail. And tail wins.
All right, the toss has just been done and dusted, and the captain of the Western Dolphins, Vincent Adewoye, I'll be asking him after winning the toss what he intends to do. Vincent, you won the toss. What do you intend to do? What informed decision to bat?
You just want to put up a decent total and come back.
Vincent, 4 matches, no wins. Today is the last game. You want to go down with a fight as far as this tournament is concerned. Now, having won the toss and you have elected to bat, what is the kind of total that you want to put up?
A decent enough total over 150 is nice for this
And it won't be bad if your teammates give you a post-dated birthday gift, right? Is there changes to your side? Thank you very much. All right, you just heard from Vincent Adewoye. He's won the toss and he has elected to bat. And I will be talking to Jimoh Abdulrahman. Jimoh, if you had won the toss, what would you have done?
Actually, I had a mind to bat first on the wickets.
And now that you are going in to go and field first, what total do you intend to restrict your opponents to?
Yeah, for it being a 20-over game, I think we'll go with 100, 90, 100 on the wickets.
Yesterday was a very good day at the office. It was the best performance of a team that has narrowly lost their games. You want to continue in that stead, and looking at your team list, are there changes to the side that played yesterday?
No, not at all.
They say if it's not broken, you don't fix it.
Yeah.
All right, you just heard from Jimoh Abdulrahman, the man who stood in for Captain Taiwo Mohammed. That is the size of the package as far as the toss is concerned. I wish the two teams all the best. Let the better side win.
That's the story for you from the center, from Seun Ajidagba. It is Western Dolphins who have won the toss, and they've decided to bat first, having not won a game. For Eastern's Elephant, it's Taiwo Mohammed, the captain who leads the pack. Femi Oresanwo, Ikpoli Victor, Jimoh Abdulrahman, Karim Gafar, Mohammed Ridwan, Okeke Izuchukwu, Paul Pam, that young man, see grazing for favors, Piles Favor, Ramon Ali, the superstar there, Dada, Tolua Lashe, and Onoshagbe. That's the lineup for Eastern's Elephant. And of course, for Western Dolphins, will be led by their captain Vincent Adewoye, Daniel Ajeku, Muiz Anima Shaun, David Abibobe, Monday Elijah, Sheson Adedeji, Udekwe Chiemele, the paceman, God's Favor, Kingsley Udwak, Destiny Chilemaya, Adegboye, and Akere Bilal. Interesting time here. Western Dolphins having not won a game, would be hoping to save the face of their team. Hopefully take a victory away from Eastern Elephant, who pulled one in against the Northern Lions yesterday. It's the big day. And again, that's the batting scorecard. Selim Salau at the top of our phase from 5 innings, 138 with high score of 83. Strike rate 120. Interesting there. Kenneth Boniface, Sylvester Okwedama, who dropped to 3 after yesterday's run of play. Hopefully we get the opportunity this week to go climb up the ladder. Solomon Chilemaya, 96. At the bottom there is Olale Elijah, who had a chance. And bowling figures there. Okpe again leading with 7 wickets from 4 innings, average of 6.57. Iweka Ogbemudia, Danladi Isaac, that batting maestro all-rounder, Udekwe Chiemele, 7 from 4 innings, average of 12, maximum 4 wickets per game. 6.5. Leaderboard, Solomon Chilemaya, clearly Kenneth Boniface, Elijah, Saturday Jimmy. Those are the men with the gloves, clearly at the top of affairs. Joining me in the comms box this afternoon would be the trio of Shenwa Jidagba, Peter, and AJ Boris. They call him Boris Ajao, my dear friend. Competed against him in his days in UI. Very nice guy. Pressure is on. They know it.
Certainly the last game that the Dolphins have to play and at least register points on the board, but it's a much needed game for the Eastern Elephants. That win that the Southern Sharks picked up today puts them ahead on the table of Eastern Elephants. Put them 2 points ahead. The win today could level on points, and the determining match for the next phase would happen tomorrow. But first, the Eastern Elephants have to sort out this game by picking up the win against the Western Dolphins. You still wait for the... And starts over the flick to the leg side as they run one and they run two. Anima shown on Ajakun Daniel. The two batters that the Western Dolphin outcenting kick the runs going up by run two, and the Dolphins are looking to accelerate. Haven't been able to keep majority of their wicket beyond the power play over, always losing at least 2 wickets in the power play. They will need to bounce back from that if they want to end off in style.
Skipper Mohamed Taiwo, he's got a bit of quality. One of those players that represented Nigeria at the first Under-19 World Cup in South Africa. He's got plenty to play for. Been away due to injury last year. Didn't play much last season. Probably gradually coming back. But he's got the potentials there to become one of the finest left armers Nigeria ever produced. Plenty of swing that one, just not getting things right. Perhaps he's leaving the wickets line too early. He needs to stay on a bit and look to bowl on that first stump line so the ball can shape back into the off stump. And hopefully he can give us that rhythm. Well, clearly he's bowling against some decent and real quality batter in Ajekun Daniel, season campaigner. Yeah, we said it. That's the line. That's where you want to be. He beat him with swing. Totally no answer for Daniel Ajekun from that delivery. That's the championship stuff you're made of. We spoke about it, Peter, earlier. We talked about how important it is to consider swinging the ball. And Taiwo Mohammed would smile last after those few wide ball delivered. What a way to depart. More and more woes for Western Dolphins.
Yeah, you look at it, those first couple of balls have been experimental, trying to find that right pitching length and height. And as soon as he found it, Daniel Ajekun wasn't a match for it. Didn't anticipate that swing. Was going to flick on the leg side, but the reaction was late and the wicket was the result. And in comes David Abiwode for Daniel Ajekun. Usually it is David and Ajekun that usually do open the batting pairing. And now he's had to pair with Anima.
Clearly, it would be nice to see how David Abibode would approach this swing onslaught by Taiwo Mohammed. I've always spoken about the qualities he's got. In the days of Nigerian swing bowlers, saw a bit of Shea Fadaunsi in the 90s. Tayo Kusonya, Dakpo Adegoke, these are amazing swingers of the ball. Not really sheer pace, but decent speed. Again, he's drifting on that leg stump line. And that will go. He has to focus on bowling that foot or off stump line. In the arrays, we also have players like Kunle Adegbola, who were amazing swingers of the ball. In those days, if you have to open the batting against them, you have to think, well, Peter, I'll tell you some stories before I go open batting those days. Another wide. Skipper will have to think this through. He's disappointed at himself, but he knows it. Clearly, he's trying too hard to bowl on the stumps. If he can just focus on that off-stump line with his angling his body towards the wicket keeper, he might just have enough on this one to hit top of off-stump.
Yeah, I think Taiwo is more focused on giving that swing than bowling to the batter and completing an over. Only 2 leg-out deliveries so far. If Sao can just get his body closer to the wicket, closer to those stumps, and angles his body just towards the wicket keeper, he will get those balls on the right side and make them leg out deliveries. But for now, the over will prolong for the Western Dolphins and Eastern Elephants. Hasn't found his rhythm on that offside. Eight balls bowled and only 3 have been leg out deliveries, 0.3 overs. Still 3 more balls to bowl. Has changed where it's coming from, coming around now the left-hander. And bowls to the stumps and they at the wicket. He does. Even David Abibode couldn't be of any competition to the fielding side. A side who is already out of the tournament, but only can play for pride. Still not doing a very good job in keeping wickets.
I told you, that man can become the danger man. If we could just see that replay again, and clearly Taiwo Mohammed will have to think this through. In getting 2 wickets, this time bowling round the wicket. Look at that. Oh no, beauty, what a ball. What a ball. He could have done this earlier. 2 wickets in the first over, 7 runs, most of being wide. He would have been disappointed in himself. He knows it, Taiwo Mohammed. He's got that quality and decency to do better than what we're seeing today.
Most certainly, looking at that replay again, that was still a swing ball. And David could have done better in terms of seeing that ball and seeing the swing. There was enough distance and enough time to calculate the manner of approach. But late reaction, and that is the result. So many extras, no run has been scored off the bat. With 7 extras given in total, but 2 wickets to make up for it. Still in the first over of play, and 2 wickets already down. Could have been the first one off the bat, but there was no way that was beating the fielder at the short fine leg. Sheson yet to click, and he is partnering with Moshood, who has been on the off strike since the beginning of the innings.
The first over for just 7 runs and his 5 wickets, 5 runs conceded. You can say that again. He got his rhythm and mesmerized the top 3 batters. Those batters have the quality in them to score 50 plus runs in this game. Look at that delivery once again from Taiwo Mohammed. And that was amazing. Really out of swing bowling. Clearly, we spoke about it, Peter. Your thoughts on this one?
Similar to the previous wicket, that is the wicket of David Abibode. could have done better. There was no reason to us to approach that ball. Certainly, it was off, but you understand that Taiwo has been consistent with swinging that ball in, and could they just try to finish up the over. This was the first wicket of Ajekun Daniel. Came in swinging even before touching the earth surface, and that was the first wicket. If you look at the second wicket, that is the wicket of David Abibode. Similar approach, could have done better. Did not put his bat in front of the ball, but regardless, Chesson should have tried to keep that ball dead, and that swing was an unnecessary shot offered. And 3 wickets lost in just 1 over of play. 19 more to go, and 7 wickets to defend and try and put something competitive on the board going into the second innings.
If you're just joining us, it's Taiwo Mohammed who has started the party, and hopefully we'll continue this party through today. Not what people want to see. If you're a batter, a delight to watch runs, but trust me, this is the act of swing bowling. Let's hope that Jimo Abdurrahman will do justice from where? The pavilion end of the TBS cricket over. That man, Taiwo Mohammed, it could have been 3 wickets for no runs on the board, because practically everything has come off byes and wides. And straight onto the bats. That will be a single, much on the mark, straight up.
Yeah, the first run going off the bat for the Western Dolphins. No, I do not think any batting order expected to come in this very quickly, especially not Adegboye Oluwaseyi. Everybody was waiting for that chance, seeing how far this game was going. And now the only thing that the Western Dolphins start 11 will be thinking about is, well, how soon would they be summoned in to try and represent the team with the bat? And this is a side that hasn't had a very stable middle order, as whenever the top order crashes, so does this wicket simultaneously. Eastern Elephant has successfully taken 3 wickets, and that's the top order batters of the Western Dolphins. It remains to see if that middle order has finally decided that this game of pride is where that they will decide to step up.
I'll tell you one thing, the tickets for Western Dolphins are booked on hold. Should they lose this one, they will be going home straight up. Oh, beauty. The umpire confident with that one within the line. Jimo Abdurrahman just finding that partnership with his captain in the bowling ranks. Yeah, pretty beauty of bowling here. I love swing bowling when I see them, Peter. And one of those things these players need to know, these conditions also favor swing bowling. And just like we have seen Taiwo Mohammed, anytime, any day, anywhere in the world, will be a delight to follow. And that will go straight to the fielder, no run there. More and more pressure here in this batting side, Western Dolphin. I've never, ever been in this situation. You'll find yourself in all sorts of trouble. He's got 18 deliveries to come. That man, Taiwo Mohammed. Let's see how Adegboye and Anima will walk themselves through this turbulent period. Oh, pretty straight out line. That's what happens when you lose too many wickets early on. The confidence, so want to get going, and comes in and really defeated.
I'm just wondering if those bite runs and the extras did not come about, it would be weird seeing 3 wickets for just 1 run on the board after just 1.5 overs being bowled, because 7 of these runs have come from extras and by, and only 1 has come off the bat.
Oh, brilliantly bowled, but finds the outside edge, and we'll go through that touch slip gully region. They got a couple there, 2 runs from that one. They know how quickly they have to walk through this, and that brings us to the end of the second over with a score on 10 and 3 runs from this second over. Again, I'm sure the batters will be dreading now. That man, Taiwo Mohammed, with amazing swing bowling, would come back. Now, hopefully, to the spectators, they want to see runs, but hey, when you're beauty, you're beautiful. Let's see how Taiwo Mohammed will be managed by Anima Muiz. Yeah, I don't want to be batting at this time. Haven't watched those 3 wickets from the non-strikers end. This time, Anima will be facing Taiwo Mohammed for the first time. But I've not seen this in a long time. This is the act of swing bowling. You can say,
Yeah, these people that meant to ease these batters into the game, I put them at an unease, sending them in very early.
oh, there. A brilliant, well watched by Anima. That's what we're talking about. He's hit the stumps twice from that angle. He has to be careful, Anima not to be LBW candidate here. But this is brilliant bowling. And he's really, really asking questions on that wicket line. Go again, wide delivery this time. Again, the bowlers have to stay patient. Oh, what a yoker. What a yoker. What a delivery, that one. Taiwo Mohammed, loving this moment. You have to work extremely hard to survive this attack. Look at that again. That swing bowling, real class.
Smart reaction from the batter. Consistently maintain that line and length, and not on any occasion has he been successfully played. This is the first time that they are actually playing off the bat and running between
And
wickets.
that was a leading edge. That was a leading edge fielder, just wasn't in position. Again, let's hope that Adeboye would survive this one. And Taiwo Mohammed will relish this moment. It's the best of the best we've seen this series. Oh, full toss this time, but that's what happened when you've taken crucial wickets, even when it's bad. Not easily been gotten away. The boy survives that one. 12 from 3, from 2.4. A brilliant shot, grazes through covers. The chase is on, the runs are on. 2 completed now. Do they want a third? No is the call. Fielder in place, well backed up. Eastern Elephants are quite happy in a strong position here. They just have to work carefully and not give too many away. Well angled straight to the fielder, run out opportunity. No is the call. And for sure, fielders properly backed up that one. Brings us to the end of the third over. It's 14 for 3. All 3 wickets came from the first over.
Looking for his first wicket in the game. Jimo to Anima. And hasn't given out too many runs. Only 3 runs is given out in this first over of play. Those early wickets loss have restricted the batting abilities of the two batters currently and the Western Dolphins in total. Any more follow wickets could see the entire batting lineup in disarray, and they cannot afford to do that right now. And what they just need to do is play out as many of us as they can. Just toying with them at the moment is Jimo selecting his length and line, rotating between coming after the wickets and outside. Played it in the air and luckily beats the infielder just by a margin, and that gives them a chance for one run, and they couldn't complete two. Why call for two? And you can see just how Adegboye is frustrated. Wanted to settle for one, was summoned for a second.
Disappointing this, disappointing. Needless run. Look at that again. Just managed to survive that shot above inner ring, but brilliant chase, one-time pickup, and look at that. Needless, look at that. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. It takes two to run. You can't do that when you've lost 3 crucial wickets up front. You need to take your time and bat the 20 overs. Clearly, the skipper will have to stroll in at some point to see how much he can salvage. Vincent Adeoye on the docks again, but not yet in the crease to bat. I wonder where he's going to. He needs to be batting in the top. Just look at that.
Already escaped a catch scare there. That was an unnecessary wicket to lose. And I see no reason as to why a second run was someone giving where the ball at pitch and now close the field that was to it.
We must also give credit to Jimo Abdurrahman. That was a tough take at the bottom there because the fielder was going for that hit, and Abdurrahman made sure he had that in his palms and was easy departure. 15 for 4 from 3.3.
Okay, we know the place.
I'm using my deal to climb mountain on Tuesday.
No, waiting all about it. Those people there for chill already. All that stuff.
And a new battle in Kingsley. He will start off on strike as Anima Shaun, the batter who instigated that second run, survives it, but the person who upglide has to go out for Kingsley to come in. The runs are not taken. Jimo is the only bowler to have bowled a maiden over. In one maiden over, one of 3 bowlers to have bowled a maiden. One more ball and it would be the first bowler to bowl 2 maidens in 2 matches. Could have been a call there, but the height was not threatening the wicket. Good sighting by the standing umpire. Already almost halfway into the batting order of the Western Dolphins, and we're still in the power play over. We saw this happen in the first game earlier on today, where the Central Eagles couldn't keep their wickets and lost 5 wickets within the first 10 overs of play, and that saw them register a very chaseable total. And this guy seems to be replicating that. 1 run they've managed to add, killing that chance of a maiden over that Jimo would have wrapped it up with. 16 is what sits on the board, 4 wickets already as we've come to the end of the 4th over. Still sticking with pace, 4 overs are being completed. Still 2 in the power play, and you wouldn't believe how many wickets are being sacrificed for these low runs. Victor Ekoli, first ball of the 5th, and goes by first hitting the ball hard on the deck, and they haven't clicked beyond it. Kingsley still off strike after that run of the last ball in the 4th over. Victor Ekoli picked up the man of the match for the Eastern Elephant yesterday. The first player in the Eastern Elephants to pick up player of the match. The first big shot we see today, and does it cross the ropes? Yes, it would. Much needed boost in runs for the Western Dolphins. That maximum was long awaiting. First time hitting the ball hard on the deck, and he was what punishing at a second attempt. Victor Ekoli will need to make corrections, but there you see it on your screens, hitting it hard, this time much shorter, and the height was achieved. And within the sight of the batter, who reacted very quickly and picking that ball at the right timing into the beyond the boundary ropes. Good thinking as it scored. Victor Ekoli shuffling in his run-up and decided to court it rather than give out a chance for a run or an extra. This time releases the ball and doesn't give out a run, as that ball was in no way beating the fielder at backward point.
Ekoli Victor, that young man, got a half century the other day, but didn't get his team across the line. But he would have learned from that game. But here we are, doing what his qualities are for. Full toss this time. Fumbles field in there. They will get a couple. 2 runs completed already. Brilliant running between wicket. Anima and Monday Elijah. And Moise now will have to steady the ship here. An opportunity to get counted in the league of batters who are able to entrust the process. Brilliant shot, but straight to fielder, backward of point. No run from that delivery. Eventually, sloppy field in there. Eventually, overthrow. Used to saying a run save is a run made. These runs all count when you are in control, squeezing 25 for 4. Dolphins not in a very comfortable position right now. No thanks to that man, the skipper of the Eastern Elephant, Taiwo Mohammed. Working things around gradually. Every run on counts and being celebrated by the Western Dolphins. I think the result of this game doesn't mean they would stay around. The flights are booked already, and they will be heading back home after this game tomorrow morning.
Yeah, this game was already decided regardless of the outcome of this match that the Western Dolphins had been knocked out. But this game was a game of pride and what they very much needed going forward. And just to have that boost that, oh, we picked up a win, but just not enough wins to qualify us for the playoffs. But now, the way it is looking, if they should lose this game, the Western Dolphins will be the only team in the history of the Nigerian Super League yet to win a game.
Not just that, plenty to play for. The players know how important selectors are around watching this game, and scouts all over the country, just to make sure the best guys don the yellow, green jersey for Nigeria. And so every game here is an opportunity to show your abilities. Consistency from the various league across the country. Straight to the fielder. They will get a single from that one. That's the thinking here. Fielding needs to be tighter. That's the start of the sixth over.
The runs are certainly ticking, but it's ticking with a term of nervousness. The batting lineup of the Western Dolphins are already on ease, and ease that could have come at some point in the game, knowing fully with that the top order had registered runs on the board. But now, every time that a ball is bowled, there is a fear of it striking the wicket by the Western Dolphins.
Beautiful delivery. That one is the keeper making a mess of it. Ramon Ali would have to contend with a bit of complacency there. He needs to just straighten things up, tighten the knots here and there. Bowler so unlucky on that delivery. You're not getting wickets, you're going to be bowling dot balls. You don't want keepers or fielders giving those ones away. Oh, consistency here. This is class art. I like his swag. I like the way he walks. He runs in smoothly. And just look at that delivery again. Same length, same line. Stop of off stump there. Letting that one beating bat and wickets onto the wicketkeeper's gloves.
There seems to be a change in wicket-keeping activities. Oh, there isn't. Just needing a little bit of adjustment in terms of putting on his outfit. Still there, Ali Ramon. And Okeke with 2 more balls to be bowled.
You share consistency here. Good to see Okeke asking a lot of questions around the wicket line. This time, fuller length. Brilliant bowling. Batted still. Anima Shang, the man who seems to be that man that and the Western Dolphins will depend on. He knows this is the last rally for a call-up, perhaps. Oh, brilliant shot. This is gracefully driven. Oh, class out. You can say that. That man, Anima Shang, he's been there consistently, walking across and just been careful there. Survived 3 scary delivery, and the over-pitch one this time would go all the way. I like this kind of precision. Just look at that shot again. Fuller length, and he goes there. Class. No power, just timing, and brings us to 33 for the loss of 4 wickets after 6 overs.
Yeah, the power play has come to an end, which means that the field setup will be expanded, and which also gives the Western Dolphins the opportunity to find those singles and keep them ticking.
Yeah, we'll probably see bowling change right now. Keeper coming up. That man, Ramon Ali. Interesting to see how the first 6 overs panned out. There's 3 wickets in the first over about Tao Mohammed. You can call that the act of swing bowling. Gave him those 3 wickets. Conceding 7 in that first over. And since then, it's been a struggle for Western Dolphins. But now that man, Muiz Anima Shang, 18 of 19 deliveries, been the rallying point for Western Dolphins. Monday, Elijah. Hopefully they find that partnership. I will go for a couple. Chases on from deep mid wicket and just a single. A brilliant shot again. He's just been in control here. Anima Sean Moise. It's ability to just pierce that cover region without plenty of power. Just timing. He's getting it closely. This time is Monday Elijah. In the air, oh no, dropped. That was a half chance, but should have been taken. Most especially being off his own bowling. Look at that again. It was there for the take. It's full length. Oh no, I'm so unlucky. He knows it. He can't work so hard and not take a wicket. Wow, this is rock solid batting by Anima Sean. Plenty of confidence there. No showing, not in a hurry whatsoever.
Edge of the bat and races to the boundary ropes. Pius, as expected, would not let that ball get beyond the ropes, as happened on several occasions when he's been employed and needed to chase those balls behind. One run has become two, two would not become three, as a quick recovery was employed and stopping any other run from being batted due to that fielding error. A seventh over will wrap up and is 40 on the board, 4-4. Monday Elijah at the strikers end at the moment. Has had a really decent batting inning, not really enough with 12 in the first game, 15 in the second, and couldn't register a run of the last 4 balls in the reduced overs against the Northern Lions. Ali Ramon has given them a chance at a run, a direct hit attempt, and good backup by Ridwan in the 30-yard. Western Dolphins taking it one ball at a time. Anima Sean has had to take charge after seeing the likes of Ajekun Daniel and David Abibodi go out. They still have Vincent Adewoye in the ranks, hasn't wanting to come in yet. Put it outside of the stumps and couldn't relay that ball into the gaps. Gafar has been one of the most reliable fielders for the side, as well as with the ball. Hasn't had to do a lot of batting. As the team, the West Eastern Elephants, have always been taking that game down to the wire, getting that much in their victory against the Northern Lions yesterday. That still puts them in contention ahead of tomorrow's clash with the Southern Sharks. Gets that ball perfectly driven. 2 was long on as the expanded field setting has seen the Western Dolphins capitalize on open spaces and keep the ball ticking in terms of 1-2s. The field will still stay expanded behind the ball. That were long on, long off. Extra covers, not surprised to see alongside a deep mid-wicket. Driven straight down, and this time it will go to the long off. The ball is taken at once, and Monday and Anima have started to rotate strike amongst themselves. The last ball of the 8th over as we are closing into the middle of the innings. And that will end the 8th over for the Western Dolphins. Not really had their rhythm, and so far they've only able to register 43 on the board for 4 wickets lost. 5.38 is what the run rate sits at for them, with the projected score going at 108. Look at the batting scorecard. Only Anima Muiz has managed to get into double figure, as neither Ajekun Daniel, David Abubode, or Sheson Adedeji could go beyond 2 balls faced. Adegboye Oluwaseyi looked to have found the rhythm, only getting 4 balls before getting run out of that call. And Monday Elijah, his current partner, is good, closing in on his own double figures, 8 for 9 balls faced. Ridwan will come for his second bowling over. Hasn't picked up a wicket. No bowler has a wicket registered to their name except Taiwo Mohammed, the opening bowler, who picked up those 3 in the first over, and that would have been a wicket.
Faint edge here. Mohammed just trying to slow things down a bit. 43 for 4. Western Dolphins still relishing their time, and hopefully they can get out of this. In the air, would that be taking Fuder under it? Looks easy. Yes, it is. And that man, Monday, Elijah, would depart for 8 from 11 deliveries. Very disappointing. Unnecessary here. And that temperament loss. That man, Anima doing well. All he needs to do is just bat around him and keep rotating strike. But no, he departs, and it's Mohammed who smiles to the bank. Look at that again. Playing across it.
Put himself in front of that ball and felt that he probably wanted to take it closer to the leg side, but that turn put that ball at another region of the bat and sends that ball sky high. You can tell by his expression, wanted that leg side very, very desperately, as the open field is set, but wanted that gap between those two and couldn't find the gap between the deep mid-wicket and the long on in the air. And Abdurrahman Jimo was just patiently. They didn't really need to do too much. I remember match day 1 for the Eastern Elephants, where Jimo was underneath a ball similar to that and couldn't hold on to the ball. It is nice to see his hands are safe again for not just him, but the team in general.
That's the only way to become really interesting. You know that we have too many loose players who are not stay with me here. Yeah, we die here forever.
Play your innings there.
Into the 9 over. 44 is what they still sit at. 5 wickets lost. Not yet into the halfway point of this inning, but certainly into half of the batting order for the Western Dolphins. Kingsley, who was looking to build a partnership, who we expected to build a partnership, has had to go out and let Vincent Adewoye already. 1 run is registered in that previous ball. Vincent Adewoye is the highest run scorer for the Western Dolphins in all 3 games combined, only able to put up 54, which means that no other batter has been able to do more with the bat, with Ajakun Daniel sitting on 49 in second place, as well as Abibodi David. All batters have batted 3 innings and not done too many things with the bat in terms of adding runs for the Western Dolphins. A swing, a miss, more pressure for the Western Dolphins. 3 games they've played, and with their highest being 129, they've played there's one team that has not been able to keep their wickets in terms of when batting. The only time that they've lost 6 wickets was in the game against the Middlebelt Tiger. The subsequent game against the Southern Sharks, losing all their wickets, and in the reduced overs, they've managed to lose 3 wickets and losing another more wickets in the next game that followed. Western Dolphins really need to find where it clicks and perform accordingly. Hit hard on the deck, and that ball was there. Certainly would go for the boundary ropes. Pius had that chance to hold on to the ball and let the ball beat him. He's giving a boost to the Western Dolphins. As Adewoye, who is the captain of this side, will need to take charge and build a partnership with Anima. Look at that ball, edges it, cuts it behind. Pius, very good at chasing the ball, but not very good at being in front of the ball, it appears. The ball fell into water after crossing those boundary ropes, making it a little bit slippery, and the umpire wants to be sure that the ball is still within playable condition. And as soon as that is sorted, the bowler can have the ball, and it's sorted it is immediately. 2 more balls to end the 10th over and take the teams into drinks break. Hit hard on the deck again and played into the same region. Piles will give it a chase, but he will not get to the ropes before it's played towards backward point region, as Piles couldn't give that chase from the 3rd man that he was placed and wasn't faster than that ball or the shot. Could have come closer, but quickly having put that ball hard on the deck and outside of the stumps, Vincent, with his experience, will find that gap, and that he did. And the runs have climbed up quicker. 8 runs of the last 2 after bowling 3 consecutive results. It is what the Dolphins need, but so far they've lost many more wickets. And regardless of how this game is going, there is still going to be tension in not just the team, but in the batting order. Already halfway into the innings, 52 or 5, as we will approach the innings break. My correction, the water break.
looks interesting, although they lost 3 wickets in the first over of the game. They've tried to regroup, and regroup they are doing. They've lost 5 before water, and now they sit at 52 for 5, just 10.4 overs. Moise Anima continues to play the way he started playing. Very compact batsman. He's joined by his captain, Vincent Adewoye.
One more good ball to be bowled to bring us to the end of the 11th over. And the 11th over comes and gone. 52 runs for loss of 5 wickets. Their current run rate sits at 4.73, and the projected score will be 95, which will be less than what Captain Jimo Abdurrahman, who stood in for the official captain, Taiwo Mohammed, said that they want to restrict them under 100. I'm talking about Taiwo Mohammed. Olumide, he also joins the growing list of players who took 3 wickets in 1 over. The only person to have done it before was Chima Akachuku in that game against Middlebelt Tigers. But for Taiwo Mohammed, as beautiful as those 3 wickets were, he came at a price, 6 wide in that single over.
You can imagine when you're bowling swing, you employed a lot of swing in that first over. Yes, you can. If you miss the line, you can get yourself bowling some wide balls. But we give him all the credit. At the end of that over, he had 3 top order batters of the Eastern Dolphins back in the dugout, which is very important for his team on this mission to win this last game of theirs.
You have to feel for the captain of the Western Dolphins, Vincent Adewoye, who coincidentally yesterday was his date of birth. And he told his teammates, "There's anything you can do for me. I know our tournament is over. Can we just win a game so we don't go down as the first team in this tournament not to win any single game?"
I can imagine what is going through Vincent's mind. A solid middle order batsman, top class bowler, a leader. He's been put to lead this team. Their search for that win has been elusive. We hope his team rallies around him and gives him that birthday present he's asked for, a win in this game. Jimo straight down the leg, and he'll get a leg by there. Leg by signaled by Kendi Olabionu, standing umpire. But all they need to do, Moise is settled into this game. He's on 22 of 33 deliveries. And quick fire, Vincent is on double figures already after facing 12 deliveries. They need to rotate strike. They need to stay there. Still plenty of balls to play. They're on 55 for 5 now. They should grind and get 100 plus, let's say a 130, 140 would be a fighting total for them in the second inning.
Last good ball. And the goodness of that ball came from the batter who sent the ball to the boundary. And 12 overs gone, 59 runs for loss of 5 wickets. See that again on replay. the best batter as far as Dolphins is concerned for this game. Muiz Anima showing a lot of batting patience, which is required in a T20. Scoring that 4 runs to take his tally to 26. Mohamed Ridwan. Has 1 wicket to his credit and 8 runs he has combined to concede, and he will be hoping for more. Bowling to the captain of the Western Dolphins, Vincent Adewoye. No run is the call. Another brilliant bowling from Ridwan.
Yeah, talking about Ridwan. He bowled a maiden over. The last over he bowled was maiden, making him the second person to have delivered 6 dot balls on this T20 campaign. Very hard to come by, but he did it. Brilliant. He's been brilliant with the ball for his team. They picked up that very first win of theirs. He bowled very, very well. And into the gap, a cut shot. Very well done there. Teamwork. Getting the ball back to the center. Making sure it doesn't cross that boundary rope. Vincent Adewoye got himself 2 runs from there with an offer, not shying away. And again, a misfield by the bowler would cost 1 run there. He tried to go for the second, and you can see why the fielder hauled the ball back in so fast. This partnership needs to work. It's working already. I need to see how far they can push and get as many runs as possible. And again, quick gloves, quick hands, Ali, dislodge Muiz stumps. Decision, I can't tell now. Is it in or out? In is umpire Taiwo Olambiwano. Kendi Olambiwano has to reset the stumps. Look at that glove work from this youngster, Ramon Ali. Quick one.
As quick as he was in. The reason he will continue to bat. Our 2 umpires for today. Umpire Kendi Olambiwanu and umpire Ramon Adelakun. Spin is the way, and spin they continue with. Karim Gafar into his first over, but more importantly, the 14th over of the entire game. Vincent Adewoye talking to Muiz. It's not Huru yet.
I think Vincent was looking for a second one. Muiz was not interested. And Karim Gafar delivers a wide ball there. 1 extra run for the Western Dolphins. They need all the runs they can get. And Muiz gets a hold of that. Femi Oresanwo, strong arms, send it back. They get just a single from there. Vincent, of course, knows how to grind. He has not got going in this tournament. He is the leading scorer for his team. You need to score runs and be scoring runs on the winning way. When you score runs and you don't win, it's frustrating. And that's the story of the celebrant. A lot of frustration. I was talking to him and he says, the post-match, they asked him the same questions and he's tired of answering the same, giving the same answer. Lovely cover drive there. Would find extra cover. Shegun Oresanwo, they've taken him on. He wasn't quick enough. And 2 it is. See that again on replay, powerfully played into that area, Femi. For that misfield, gives Vincent that opportunity of getting into his crease. If he picked up that ball one time with the kind of throw he has and his arms, I'm sure Vincent would have been wanting inches outside his crease line. Have been a dangerous one for him. But Vincent safe. The Western Dolphins continue to grind. They have 2 more deliveries in this over. Karim Gafar, not for 5.
Intelligent from Captain Vincent Adewoye not to have fallen for that trick employed by Karim Gafar. Vincent Adewoye formerly plied his trade with Government College Ugeli, where he led them before jumping ship to Government College about the Old Boys Cricket Club. 14 overs gone, 68 for 5. Anima Muyi started from ball 1, has faced 37 balls and scored 27 runs. Vincent Adewoye is faced 22 balls and scored 17 into the 15th over. Victor Ipoli is back. And the who hope his return would also end the partnership of Vincent and Moise. 2 Vincent that they are trying to form a partnership. 2 batters. And hopefully their teammates will pray that they bring this home. Bringing it home, playing out the overs.
Another well-struck delivery by Vincent Adewoye. Gets 2 from there. Give credit to that boundary rider throwing his body in the line of that ball just to save it from crossing the line. It's good to see this competitiveness. Victor Ipoli again with an offer. Same answer. Another 2 from there by Vincent. Too much weight from Victor. Victor needs to attack the wicket. Needs to keep them defending their wickets. That line is bowling. Would not trouble any batter. You can only get runs from that line. On runs it is, 4 runs of 2 deliveries. Vincent moves to 21 of 24 deliveries. And Muis Anima standing tall, 27 of 37 delivery. The total scores, 72 for 5, 14.2 overs delivered. Current run rate, 5.02. Again, bowling in that channel. Vincent is not happy with himself, missing out on that. And projected score, 99.
No protection. No protection in that region. And he will be sent to the boundary. Vincent Adewoye is on 25 from 26 balls. The person bowling to him is putting on jersey number 25.
Vincent jumping on that short track ball, making no mistakes, getting 4. And again, he's looking for that boundary, would find that fielder in the deep. He's okay with 1 run. He's amassed 9 runs for himself in this over. 1 last delivery would go to Muis Anima. And again, a short track delivery. Muis making no mistakes. 1 bounce. Oh, 6 runs there. It's dropped out of the field. Fielder signal 6. Lovely shot by Muis. Brilliant shot at ball. Just some inches short. See on replay. Pounces on it. Makes no mistakes. Ball running out of the middle of the bat. And drops out of the pitch. Chase in futility. It takes the Eastern Dolphins to 83 for 5 in 15 overs. Muis moves to 33 of 38 deliveries. Vincent on 26 of 27 deliveries. And Gafar Karim to continue from the pavilion end. Good start. The left-arm spinner. I hope the weather holds up here at the Tafawa Balewa's cricket over. Some miscommunication there by Muis. Shouldn't be in a hurry. Vincent sending him back. No risky runs here. Don't push me, hold yours. Vincent says. Vincent, leave it with himself. He's missed out on that ball. That's straight down the leg. And you can see Raymond Ali talking to his bowler. I'm going to pitch this ball in the right area. And that's a glance shot from Vincent. There's a cover here. Sure, just 1 run. I hope he's fine. Vincent is back up on his feet. He needs to grind, and grinding they are doing. Muis, solid batsman. They need to complement themselves. And another wide delivery there from Karim Gafar. Raymond Ali not having any of that. Trying to tuck him, bowl the right channel. Muis is a full toss. And is landing in no man's area. Not out, says the umpire. Not out. Let's see that again on replay. That's on a high note. He's gotten the height. Victor Ekpoli couldn't get under that ball. Moise trying to go for a second one. Lucky Moise there. You don't want to miscommunicate. That would cost you a wicket here. This partnership needs to live up. You see the clouds are coming up.
Heavenly Father, we need a game, 15.5 overs, getting into the 16th over, gone, 85 for 5. Vincent Adewoye on 27 runs from 31 balls. Anima Muiz on 34 from 40 balls he has faced. Taiwo Mohammed is back again. He has 3 wickets for 9 runs, and he got those 3 wickets in his first over. This was the appeal. Anima Muiz showing every bowler that is capable of getting comfortable with them. Vincent Adewoye, the striker, he mistimed that ball. The reason they won't be making any runs.
A good strike there by Vincent. Finds the boots of Taiwo Mohammed. Ricochets away into the field for a single. Moise on strike. Moise goes big. The ball drops short of that man in the deep and runs into the boundary rope for 4. Lovely shot into mid-wicket area by Moise. They move to 91 for 5 wickets. Let's see that again. Full. And he makes no mistakes. Goes up and over. And Paul Palm, I hope he's fine. Moise playing a stylish shot there for a 4-1-2 bounce trickling into the boundary ropes. Shot of a length ball. Let's see how he deals with that on replay. Oh my word. What a shot.
He nails to play that. And ladies and gentlemen, when the weather forecast showed me, it showed me 29 degrees centigrade. This heaven wants to come down. It's as if it might rain, but we are praying that we have a good weather for this game to go ahead. And the umpires still feel, let's continue. 3 more overs to go for us to end the first innings. We are getting into the 18th over. And the man put on just number 18 is Karim. Good start.
Yeah, good start. Should say, he's picked up a dot ball. And you can see beautiful shot by Vincent Adewoye. Western Dolphins. Let's see that again on replay. What a shot. Pierced the gap beautifully. The chase was on. Ball wins the race. Lovely, lovely shot there towards that backward of point area by Vincent. The sky and the clouds started to gather. We hope he holds up for this game to be completed. The umpires, I think, having a word. Let's see if we can still have some balls into this game. Umpires would like to see the end of this over. 4 more deliveries in it. White ball. Karim Gafar. Very wrong line. See the reaction of the wicketkeeper. Still 4 more deliveries. Umpire Kendi Oladunjoye. Olambiwanu, sorry. Kendi Olambiwanu. Making sure the weather is still playable. Another dot ball there from Karim. Plenty of breeze. The ground staff getting ready to bring on the covers. Straight drive there from Vincent. And he go for 2. Just 1 run taken. Ground staff ready. Ready to bring on. See, it's very breezy out there at the center. Shoot.
Those are our ground staff. Khalifa, Dennis, Mark Ezra, Adamu. Based on how things started for Western Dolphins, nobody ever gave them a chance that they will cross 100. But fast track to 17.5 overs. It's 18 overs gone. 102 for 5. Vincent Adewoye, 33 runs from 37 balls faced. Anima Muiz, 44 from 46 balls faced. Tao Mohammed, after getting those 3 wickets in his first over, he's found it difficult again to get wicket. Lovely piece of fielding there from Ridwan Mohammed. Muiz Anima Shao. He's on 5 runs short of half century.
It's getting very breezy now at the Tafawa Balewa Square cricket over. The umpires, on-field umpires, Rahman Adelakun, Kende, have continued with this game. 1 run again there from Vincent, finding that man at long on. We're into the 19th over. 2 balls delivered already. Another good delivery from Taiwo Mohammed. The breeze dislodging the bills. Very windy. Heavy breeze at the Tafawa Balewa Square cricket over. The rains have not come down yet. The clouds be clearing out. It looks like this cloud is blowing over the TBS, but it's still very heavy in some parts. I hope it's just some running showers. It should run past us for us to have the completion of this game, the second inning. This game is so important. Muiz, beautiful shot and very good effort from the fielder. Stop that ball. Muiz has been compact throughout this inning. Solid cover drives, straight drives, lofted. He's played all sorts of shots. The scoop. He's done so many things for his team, looking to secure that win. Well dug out by Vincent. And again, Vincent has been caught by the man at long on, taking a diving effort. That was a Yorker length ball that was dug out, airborne.
Beautiful catch there from Karim Gafar off Vincent Adewoye. And in comes Chiemele Udekwe. His teammates call him the bowling machine. And that's Vincent Adewoye getting lots of applause from his teammates. Chiemele Udekwe just dabbing one. And 19 overs gone. I was talking about what happened yesterday, where it was a day of near. The man on your screen, the wicketkeeper for the Eastern Elephants, Ramon Ali, scored 46. Solomon Chilemaya for Middle Belt Tigers, their opening batter, scored 47. And we also had Danladi Isaac of Southern Sharks scoring 49. Muiz Anima is on 46. And of course, we hope that he can score 50 before this ends. And congratulations to all Arsenal fans all over the world. Last over. The projected score stands at 112 because their current run rate is 5.58. But Chiemele Udekwe can have something to say about this, either to increase it. Nothing there, but just one run. And one became two. You can see the furious nature. That's Captain Taiwo Mohammed. The gesture is saying everything about his annoyance. But Chiemele Udekwe will continue to bat. Four runs to add to the total runs.
Mokobio spilling that ball at the boundary. Look at that for a replay. Chiemele, well struck. He tried to stop it within the field, but the ball did not stop traveling and carried Obokodion, and the ball went over the ropes. It's 4 runs. Another good one from Chiemele.
Can Muiz score 50 to join the growing list of players who have scored 50 at this tournament? We have 3.
Let them put the floodlights on. I beg, put the floodlights on. Floodlights on, please. Day-night cricket.
Can they do 2? No is the call. And Muiz is on 49. It will be nice to see Muiz become the first player in this tournament to bat from ball 1 to the final ball and capping it up with a 50. And ladies and gentlemen, Muiz ends without scoring a 50. Unfortunately, he did all the right things, but he was bowled by his teammate at club level. And Western Dolphins 117 for 6 in 20 overs. And the Eastern Elephants need 118 in 20 overs. We hope to have a game in the second innings, but that will be dependent on what the umpires do. That is the target. 118 for the Eastern Elephants to rack up their second win, but more importantly, back-to-back wins. We would get you the match summary of what the first inning looked like. That's Dennis. But quickly, Western Dolphins, Anima Muiz, 49 runs of 51. Vincent Adewoye, 34 of 39. And for the bowling, Taiwo Mohammed, 4 wickets for 23 runs in 4 overs. And Mohammed Ridwanulai having 1 wicket. That's how things are. We hope to have a second innings and we'll be bad. The umpires are going back to the field. Umpire Ramona Delakun and umpire Kendi Olambiwonu. Umpire Kendi Olambiwonu, an ICC Africa Level 3 umpire. And of course, umpire Ramona Delakun made his debut as an umpire at the second West Africa Trophy, his international umpiring assignment. And since then, he has never looked back. And once again, see it on your screen, Anima Shaumui's best batter for the Western Dolphins. Their last game, they want to leave on a high. 49 runs, he couldn't get to 50 from 51 balls faced. Vincent Adewoye, 34 from 39 balls he faced. And for the bowling, Taiwo Mohammed, standout performer, captain, who took 3 wickets in his first over, despite giving 6 wide. He grabbed 4 wickets for 23 runs in 4 overs. And the only person who complimented his effort was Mohammed Ridwanulai. 1 wicket he had in 4 overs. The 2 opening batters for Team Eastern Elephant, as usual, Paul Palm and Ramon Ali. And we are going to be doing the Duckworth Lewis, trying to make you understand. The umpires require 5 overs. Chiemele Udekwe starting out things. And starting very well. Eastern Elephant, if after 5 overs, they didn't lose any wickets and they scored 22 runs, things will be in their favor just in case heaven comes down. Chiemele Udekwe, man on fire after 2 deliveries. Paul Palm seems to be very lucky. And good time to welcome Peter Oladoshu.
Yeah, it keeps getting difficult. That will be 1. Will it be 2? No. Ali Ramon wants to stay on strike. I hope he's not injured, Idekwe. That ball ricocheting off the wicket into his face.
We are grateful to God for that scare that we got. And the team doctor for the national team, who is also the team doctor for this tournament, goes in to run a check.
They didn't really have the best of overs in the limited overs that they played against the Central Eagles. But now he's starting off well and keeping the runs in check. Should in case the Duckworth Lewis method be employed. Ajakundane in the deep, at the fastest legs on the pitch, trying to keep those runs at a minimal. Finally getting the tick, Ali Ramon, since bringing himself on the strike. Mind you, we're still in the second innings. Right now, the runs are going low for the Eastern Elephants. Punches off the back foot and takes himself off the strike. The runs are not coming. The big ones are not coming. But what is certainly happening here right now is that the runs are ticking for the Eastern Elephants.
They understand the brief. And these two are no strangers. The two opening batters for the Eastern Elephants, Paul Palm and Ramon Ali, they both opened for their club side, the league champions. The two of them understand that after 5 overs, if wickets don't fall and they score 22, and just in case heaven opens up, they will be the winner. And so they are doing everything humanly possible to score those runs, but more importantly, keep their wicket. If they lose a wicket before that 5 overs, what will require will be 25. That is after 5 overs. Paul Palm, who once again is on 50% strike rate. After facing 4 balls, he scored 2 runs. Ramon Ali faced 2, scored 3. Daniel Ajekun didn't have a good time with the bat. He will be bowling now. And they get one off that bowling.
Understand the assignment. They do the Eastern Elephants. Do not lose the wicket, but make sure to keep that ball ticking. And Ali Ramon and Paul Palm will be looking to do just that. The first dot in a while for the Eastern Elephants. The target, the aim for the Western Dolphins is to make sure that these runs are not ticking and stay below the DLS requirements.
And let's look at it critically. Paul Palm and Ramon Ali are 2 batters that on their day, they can destroy a team with their batting skills, especially Ramon Ali, outstanding young player for the CCC League, just concluded.
Comes much full that, but with that tenacity that needs to be employed, Ramon Ali is letting those big balls, not taking any risk off of them, and just keeping himself there and looking to rotate strike with his batting partner. There's a player in the deep. Will he stop the ball? Yes, it does. Start ball from reaching the boundary ropes, which was assumed that it would be. 2 runs is what they eventually do add on the board. The runs are certainly ticking down fast for the Eastern Elephants as it stands. And then it has come to the second over. No wickets lost as it should. With 10 wickets, 10 runs on the board, but the player will have to hold as it seems to be showering down. And to prevent the pitch from getting worn out, the covers have to be deployed and put over the playing area immediately.
Big shout out to all the ground staff for a fantastic job. 2 overs gone, 10 runs. They need 108 runs in 108 balls. And you can say that they are very delighted that they've not lost any wicket. The players also joined to do this. Ramon Ali, 6 runs, 5 balls. Paul Palm, 4 runs, 7 balls. Face.
10 of 10.
David, have you started packing? 5 to 2, David, 5 to 2. Femi, wo kini so that the check lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ṣé wà bẹ́ẹ̀ bá mú lọ sórí kó gbé sórí jẹ́ ìyẹn kó gbókùtà lé. David, how far? I can see you left to my one. Typical, that side is protected. I think it's the light. Save battery. Femi, save battery. Femi, save battery. So, David, I'm using your. Yes, and but I just wanted to be sure because it's using light. That's why. So that Femi can save battery. You said you can save battery. Yeah, keep going, keep going. Leave it like that. Leave it like that. Leave it like that. But now the lens, we need to be careful so that water does not drizzle now. I wanted you to switch off your camera since you are using David as on power. Chibuzo. Let me use your display. Come and help me switch off the camera here. Move ahead. Great to be back again. And we always say that our number one sponsor is God Almighty, who has always been gracious. And we don't take this for granted. The opportunity to see games go ahead as scheduled. But aside from that, we like to say a big thank you to all our other sponsors. Rusa Advisory, EMR Mining Limited, AS Energy, Ganho Investment Limited, Sego Family Foundation, Nigerian Cricket Federation, Dafabet. And the players will be back on the field once the coast is clear. And you can see umpire Wale Adekoya talking to Vincent Adewoye, the captain of Western Dolphins. And once you see the two umpires going, it means after that short break, we are back again. Ramon Adelakun and Kehinde Olambiwonu. And the two of them will get back on the field again. Paul Palm and Ramon Ali, based on the Duckworth Lewis method. After 5 overs, if the batting side don't lose any wicket and heavens open up, they will be champions. This is a sharp contrast to what we saw from Team Western Dolphins in their own first innings. They lost vital wickets. The likes of Daniel Agekun, David Abibode, Sheson Adedeji. They couldn't get going at all. And he had to take Muiz Anima to try and stabilize things. A lot of them couldn't get it. And we are getting into the third over. Chiemele Udekwe will be coming again from the pavilion end. Paul Palm faced 7 balls and scored 4 runs. Ramon Ali has faced 5 balls, scored 6 runs. And Paul Palm will be facing Chiemele Udekwe, someone he knows so well. Chiemele plays for Federal Government College Warri Old Student Association Cricket Club. And Paul Palm plays for Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club. He used to play for Government College Ugeli. Much better bowling from Chiemele Udekwe to start the third over. In his first over, he gave away just 5 runs. Ramon Ali. That was expensive of Chiemele. But Eastern Elephants won't care. Wide for it's a bye. And that is 4 runs added. 15 for no loss after 2.3 overs. Peter, welcome.
Yeah, the Western Dolphins should be doing everything possible to make sure that these runs are at the barest minimum, and all this bite shouldn't be something that they should allow to happen. That bounce. Ramon Ali is in so much discomfort given that hard on the deck ball that Udoka came at. They meet the bat, meeting him on the body, and he's in so much discomfort right now as he looks. But you can understand, regardless of whatever the target is, the Western Dolphins still displaying the spirit of sportsmanship and trying to help their fellow player of opposite teams. But it is still a game of cricket, and they are doing everything. They are also there with him to help him recover fast and make sure that this game would continue at the right pace.
Aside from what the players have done, the physio also goes in. The physio also goes in to give Ramon Ali an helping hand. And we are glad to have Ramon Ali back on his feet, where he can continue to bat. .4 overs gone. 15 runs for no loss. Chiemele Udekwe still bowling from the pavilion end.
The runs are within chaseable distance, 103 of 104. There will be boundaries, certainly, and unless the Western Dolphins can totally eliminate it, but there will be extras away realistically. And so there's everything in favor of the Eastern Elephant at the moment, and the Western Dolphins will need to do their own part in making sure that these runs are not easily gotten.
Godswill Udwak will ensure there is no run. And 15 overs. Oh, poor misplaced fielding for 1 to become 2.
Yeah, Bilal has been put there for such situations like this, making sure that those balls do not travel beyond him, and he did not do that at the first attempt. Luckily, there was a backup fielder, as that too would have become even something more. But the third over did come to an end finally at it is 17 that sits on the board for no wickets lost.
Ramon Ali, 9 balls face, 8 runs scored. Popam, 9 balls face, 5 runs scored. They will continue with Daniel Ajekun into the 4th over. But more importantly, his own 2nd over. Sensible batting, knowing what Daniel is capable of doing. You have to play on the ground. That was full enough. Lovely piece of fielding there from Favor Okoro.
Yeah, now the runs are below 100, and look at it, coming too full to Ramon Ali, who has finally decided to be more open and finding those gaps. And Jakun Daniel needs to keep those balls pitching and make the task even more daunting.
Now they are on 20. 20 move to 21. And if one run is scored, they will be on that 22.
There seems to be a lot of fielding errors and overthrow in this game. Several times it's had to be the backup fielder to either the bowler or wicket keeper that's had to do the ball retrieving and ball collecting whenever it is being thrown back towards either of the duo.
You can't really blame them. The pressure is much. The pressure to deliver. My prompt a fielder to do such. He was doing the right things, Peter, until he decided to do the wrong things. Did he have any protection in that area? It's a no.
Every time he's bowled full, he's been punished with that previous one almost getting to the boundary ropes. And this one, he put the ball full and to the exposed side of the field. It was only right for Rahman Ali to take that freebie and end the fourth over. 26 now sits on the board for no wickets lost. 92 is what they require of 96 balls. And so you do remember, if this game should end at any point in time after the fifth inning over is completed, the Eastern Elephants will take the win, given that they are both the required run rate per over. If it was at the wicket, it would be at 25 after 5 overs. And they are above that at the moment. And the Dolphins, we really need to start getting those wickets out, because the longer this partnership builds, the faster these runs will take down the board.
I agree with you 200%.
And even faster, it takes down off the first ball of the fifth over. Adekwe pulling that ball, nicking the edge of the bat and traveling beyond the wicket keepers, which stayed low. And there was no way that keeper was getting to that ball, given the pace.
You saw how Chiemele jumped, and that jumping is something that can be very hurtful. These two batters are holding their own, and they are doing exactly what the captain, Taiwo Mohammed, the coach, wants. Tamuno John, and their team manager, who also doubles as the assistant coach, Efusa Hagawa. Nobody in that axis, but no, they can't do two, because David Abibode, who had a game to forget today, virtue of him not scoring runs. They are really running in between the wickets. Popam and Ramon Ali rotating the strikes to the delight of their team the Eastern Elephant. But of course, to the disappointment of the fielding side, the Western Dolphins. It is their final game before they beat the competition by. Oh, lovely piece of bowling, and they don't want to be the first team in the history of this tournament not to win a single game. Welcome Endurance back into the comms box.
Thank you very much, Ajidagba. Eastern Elephants in a very good position now. Way ahead of the deal. Calculations, we should have been 22 after 5 overs. Sitting at 33 for no loss from 4.5. In the air, is it save? Yes, over the fielder in the ring. Does that go off the way? No. Great partnership there just to ensure only 2 runs will be sorted there. It's 35 for the loss of no wicket after 5 overs. It's Eastern Elephant needing 83 runs and 90 balls. Way in a very good position here. Ramon Ali, that man, the danger man, 18 off 16, and Paul Palm 13 off 14 in a very comfortable stage. Udekwe, Chiemele, gave a bit of trouble there, but wouldn't last long if you could hold your nerves. Ramon Ali, I'm just in a comfortable state. Whatever happens here, it's important that Eastern Elephant wins this game. Western Dolphins, win or lose, will be going home tomorrow from this tournament. Unfortunately, such a delight array of cricketers will be missing in action from the semi-finals. It's Cheson Adedeyi cleaning the ball with help from umpire Ramon Adelakun. Cheson Adedeyi, seasoned campaigner. He's been around quite a while. Not got him much here. Wasn't lucky. Cleaned up earlier on by that beautiful swing bowling from Taiwo Mohammed at jersey number 99. And dotting that one, better reaction after the ball had gone. Paul Palm perhaps should have been on the front foot. Oh, beautiful delivery. And Paul Palm in all sorts of different mindsets. Do I go forward, backwards, not just short there? And Chesson is bowling from a difficult end. The wind is going that direction. Towards the Court of Appeal end.
Paul Palm was lucky to survive that second ball of the power play. He had a lot going in his head, indecision, and sometimes those indecisions could hurt you.
Oh, it got back under one umpire signaling wide. Just an even bounce there. Interesting. Look at that delivery again. It just short of a length. Oh, came off the keeper's gloves. Oh, the brilliant knockout 49 by Anima Moise. Missed out on that one, even though he had one ball to get to that 50. In the air, the fielder comes on that one. This should be easy. Yes, it is. Wicket, Cheson Adedeji, jubilation. Playing for pride now. They know it. That's the first wicket gone. That big man, Ramon Ali, played round that one, that delivery again. He goes, didn't really get his front foot to it. That's a light walk of it. David Abibode, a smile, all smiles. And Western Dolphins want to leave this arena knowing they gave it some fight.
They would have hoped for this kind of wickets before they scored 22. And in comes Femi Oresonwu to partner Paul Palm. And what do these two have in common? Femi Oresonwu and Paul Palm, at different levels, they represented Nigeria at under 19. But one constant is they were both captained by brothers.
Barton ball for that one. Just a single. Brilliant running between the wickets. These two are quick enough to keep the scoreboard ticking for the Eastern Elephants. A great game yesterday. We managed that victory against Northern Lions. There's at least something to play for. Oh, brilliant this time. Backward of point comes into play. That's man Moise. Got 49 earlier and missed out on the half century. Even though he had that one delivery left. 79 runs required from 85 balls. Big moment here. Everyone trying to make the opportunity count. You never know what could come out of this. And that's the end of the sixth over. No run from that delivery. It's 39 for 1. It's 79 now required from 84 balls.
This is on your screen. Paul Palm still batting, 17 balls faced, scored 14 runs. Ramon Ali already out, faced 17 balls, scored 18 runs. Femi Oresonwu is the one joining Paul Palm, has faced 2 balls, scored 1 run. Okeke Chukwuye to bat, Jim Abdurrahman, Taiwo Mohammed, Victor Epoli, Mohammed Ridwanulai, Onoshagbe Joseph, all yet to bat. I talked about yesterday, which was a day of nearly starting with how the game eventually panned out with a team losing by 1 run, the Southern Sharks against the Middlebelt Tigers. But we also saw 3 players were short of a half century. Ramon Ali scored 46 yesterday, couldn't repeat it today. We also saw Solomon Chilemaya scoring 47. And of course, Danladi Isaac scoring 49. Today we started again. We expected Gideon Drotoye to become the first player to play from the first ball till the team got victory. He got out when there were 10 runs less of winning.
Oh, interesting. Monday Elijah there, just dotting things away. So look at that delivery again. Yeah, it was there, but the few that just making sure that doesn't go past him. 78 runs from 82 balls. Oh, big shot, not interested. 3 stumps there. Oh, brilliant decision by the umpire, Wale Adekoya. Oh, brilliant one. Big shout there. Kende Olabiwanu would say no clearly. Nice time. Foolish delivery. Just a single from that one. In a very, very comfortable seat right now, Eastern's Elephants. But you never know. 2 quick wickets and the story could shift. But again, the pressure comes through. Paul Palm 15 up 19. Full toss. Unbelievable. That was there for the take. And disappointing. He knows it, even though that delivery should have been picked outside the boundary. Look at that again. He offered a chance that was not taken and put down. That man, Ajekun Daniel, didn't really get rid of that. Last delivery from the 7th over. Short and wide, it will be, and they will run a couple. This won't go all the way. Monday, Elijah trying too many things, giving away 2 + 1, 3 additional runs, making the total 9 runs now from 42 runs. This is when bowlers need to show discipline. Full toss again, he goes big. Didn't get to the fielder there. It's Moise Anima. That brings us to the end of the 7th over. It is 46 for 1. 72 runs required from 78 balls.
Thank you, Endurance. The bowler, Monday Elijah, was favored. Else, his ball would have been sent to the boundary. But Favor Okoro, putting on just number 77, saved the day for him. And Sheson Adedeji will be back again. From the Lagos High Court. We call it Court of Appeal End. When he bowled his first over, he got the wicket. A precious one at that of Rahman Ali. We'll start once again. Femi Oresonwu, 50% strike rate. Faced 6 balls, scored 3 runs. Sends it back to the bowler. But not that bowled and caught situation. Ball was on ground. But just passes it back to Sheson. Femi Oresonwu putting pressure on himself. And Paul Palm is telling him, just calm down and play your game. And don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself.
Full toss will walk that one towards the leg side. He gets a single clearly. And it's good to see how close this game might become. Sheson Adedeji. He goes big on the drive. Brilliant walk. Brilliant walk. Vincent just making sure life remains difficult for the Elephants. Look at that again. Full tossed up. Oh, brilliant piece of fielding there by the captain himself. Oh, brilliant bowling there. And that brings us to the end of the 8th over, and score is 47 for 1. Needing 71 from 72 balls is the Eastern Elephants, against the Western Dolphins, who are yet to record a victory at Jidagba. And that's the bowling start for you. The only wicket taker there being Sheson Adedeji, 1 for 5, 9 dot balls from 2 overs, economy rate of 2.5. Another decent performer there is Udekwe Chiemele, 3 overs, 7 dot balls and 17 runs, 5.6 economy rate, while Ajekun Daniel is on 7 economy rate.
Into the night over, David Abibode didn't have a good time with the bat, but can make amends with the ball, where he'll be bowling from the pavilion end, and Femi Oreson will have a feel of his bowling, and that's why they need to run this quick. Bilal picks the ball, fumbles it. And that's the wide declared. Extra rounds given.
Big shout, noisy call. I wonder what could be wrong with that one. It looks like it was straight on. Maybe bat on it first. And the batter had some confidence. Just to look at it again. Yeah, dotting that one. David Abibode comes this time, goes big. Fielder comes around it. Looks like a catch. What a catch that is. What a catch. No other person than the captain himself. Vincent Adewoye. He wants it. He got it. I hope he's fine. That is a hell of a catch. That man has shown that though I might be going home tomorrow, but I will take some celebration out of this one. And yes, you deserve water.
He requires water. See that again on replay. He shuffles to play it. The turn and the catch is what makes it the more beautiful. And using one hand to pick it says everything about his happiness and excitement. They don't want to go down without a fight. 2 wickets down.
That one earlier, that delivery before the wicket ball. Just look at that. Oh, that one looked like it straightened up. He wanted it. The umpire, Kendi Olabiwon, just wasn't sure or benefit goes to the batter. Yeah, we'll probably talk about that one much later, but I believe there'll probably be the batter on that one. From here, it looks like, again, the umpires are straight up. Yeah, happy moment for David Abibode. 1 for 3 now. And when batters get wickets, they kind of like stay very excited at Jidagba. Mostly when you don't score, you want to add, support the team with something. And that catch by Vincent Adewoye, magnificent catch, you can say.
Another under-19 player comes on. Teammate of Femi Oreson, who lost his wicket, Joseph Onoshagbe. David turning the ball.
Slashes that one, and that will raise Midfielder comes around it. Oh, real hard work here. And 68 from 68, 66 from 67. Beg your pardon. There's hard work required here. They have 8 wickets in hand. This Eastern Elephants, they know. Oh, disappointing that delivery. And that brings us to the end of the 9th over. Score is 52 for 2. And the next voice you would hear on the comms box is that of Peter and AJ Boris. Peter, you're welcome back to the comms box.
Oh, brilliant catch. We just have to see that over and over again. And that will be one of the best catches of this tournament. They need 66 runs in 66 balls. And you just have to credit the fielding side. They've restricted the Eastern Elephants from scoring boundaries. Though the target is small, 118 is the target. But you just have to say that they have reduced that opportunity of the Eastern Elephants to score boundaries.
Right now, it might look like the Dolphins are in control, but we understand, and we know that once this game progresses and with the wicket at hand, they will start to explode, and you start to see those runs deflate even faster. What the Elephants need to do right now is to not just take wickets, but to make the dot balls as many as possible. Finds the gap, he does, and gets the ball even ticking faster. Dot balls very much needed for the Dolphins, as much as the wickets. The runs and balls are still at par, and let's not forget that they still have 8 wickets at hand, which means that at any point in this game, the Elephants might decide to explode.
Paul Palm is the more experienced batter, and he must take, oh my word, Favor Okoro. Almost fumbled it, but recovered quickly for just 2 runs. See it again. He recovered quickly. That would have been disastrous from what looked like just 2 runs becoming 4 runs. And that's what I said. Paul Palm needs to take responsibility. He is a more experienced batter than Joseph Onoshagbe.
Now, after that dot ball, the runs and balls required are on parity, even on the scale. It looks like the bowling are doing something right there, but they need to do more than just right. They need to do the best in keeping these runs at the very minimal going into the last 10 overs.
The experience of Sheson Adedeji is coming through. Run out chance. And it's close. That was brilliant from Daniel Ajekun. See that again on replay. But the square leg umpire, Kende Olabi, who sees it, is in. Sheson Adedeji, I was talking to you, Peter, about his experience. Captain of the Ogun State team at the 22nd National Sports Festival. But it was just unfortunate that Team Ogun never won any medal in all the competitions they took part in. But take nothing away from the leadership of Sheson Adedeji, who has transversed several clubs, played for Ibejuleki Cricket Club, played for Government College by the Old Boys Cricket Club, and currently represents this Island Titans Cricket Club, former champions of the league.
The Dolphins are on fire, much in their wickets. Couldn't displace that ball in the region of intention. And Onoshagbe will walk back to the pavilion in disappointment. The runs are within catchable limit. They shouldn't have lost that wicket anytime soon. And what a spectacular way to go into the waters break and re-strategize. Look at that ball again on your screen. Trying to beat that turn, but an unsuccessful attempt. And the Elephants are feeling a little bit of tension, while the Dolphins will smile as we are in the water break.
Thank you, water break coach Leke Oyede, former coach of the female Yellow Greens. We'll have an opportunity to talk to his team, and in comes a new batter, jersey number 20 for the Eastern Elephant, and they will hope he bats alongside Paul Palm. Pius Favor is the one who comes in to support Paul Palm. We are back from the drinks break. David Albibode continues to torment the batters. Paul Palm, a bit lucky. Could have been a different situation if the wicket keeper was alert. David rearranging his field. And Pius will hope for a favor in the batting crease.
Pius, we understand the assignment, and the assignment is that he stays there and builds up a partnership. Very instrumental in their win against the Northern Lions yesterday with the bat. And he will want to continue on that form. Hasn't gotten that too much of an opportunity to bat this early in the game. And now that he's gotten that, he will try and maximize that.
They started like an house on fire. Paul Palm and Ramon Ali. Before that wicket was lost, Goswill Udwak makes 1-2 to the delight of the bench of the Eastern Elephants. 56 runs in 55 balls is still neck on neck. And Peter, the fact that the Dolphins have cut off boundary, which is one relief that would be for the batting side, is quite commendable. Peter, it looks as if the Dolphins are saving the best for the last.
Well, I do hope that they are genuinely saving the best for the last, because the last 3 bowlers that have come in have done very and been instrumental in making sure that these runs are as low as they can. And any other person coming in and breaking that partnership, bowling partnership, will need to keep that run at that level. Anything else and any quick deflation, be it a 4 or a 6, could change the entire momentum of this game.
You can actually say that again. I think now the captain, who have been very impressive, would like to take that responsibility, but I think he has given it to Chesson to continue. Chesson has gotten 2 wickets. What is Pius doing? And you can see on the face of Paul Palm that, can I please get a partnership? I need a partnership. Claire, he turned, and that was clear for Ramon Adelakun. But now the captain must now show leadership. He showed leadership with the ball by getting 4 wickets. He must show leadership with the bat. It's very important. Whatever he did in the first innings is inconsequential. He can actually rescue his team from the jaws of defeat. Peter, we never envisaged this. At some point in time, the question we're asking is, would they ever get the wicket of Paul Palm and, of course, Ramon Ali? But here we are. They've lost 4 wickets.
Yeah, both batters started on a slow tempo, and even taking that aside, Chesson has a score to settle Taiwo Mohammed, who took him out after the second ball that he was in the batting crease. And this is just more than a game. It is a battle. Nearly, but nearly cannot kill a bird. Cause 1, 1 becomes 2. And Taiwo is still on strike. Make that 3 as he goes off strike. Don't know what is happening there. This team seems to be doing well. And that will be 4 runs, not to the boundary ropes, but running between the wickets for the Eastern Elephants.
Pressure. And that is what Taiwo wants. That situation where the balls and the runs should not be at par, and they've gotten that, and credit must go to the awareness that Paul Palm has also brought.
And just as you said it, but the different approach by the Dolphins, they want to restore that parity and hopefully make the balls even lesser than the runs available. You would expect that even with the runs available on the board, the runs that were set, that there would be at least an ease and tension for the Eastern Elephants. But seeing 4 of their wickets get dislodged and understanding that any more wickets could see more wickets and even more wickets as the runs on the board is still very much for any more loss of wickets, and tension will not be felt by the Eastern Elephants batting lineup. The Dolphins cannot be relaxed at this point. That is just on parity, balls and runs required. But they need to get something done, and they have started off well. They will need more of those wickets going forward.
More importantly, Paul Palm has been batting from ball 1 up until this moment. His eyes are wide open. He has seen almost all the bowlers that have been brought by the Western Dolphins, aside from the captain himself, who is yet to bowl. So I expect that he will have that temperament. His captain will also know that I don't have anybody, so I have to play and play very well.
And that will end the 12th over. Current total is 70 on the board. With 4 wickets taken. Now the Eastern Elephants will be needing 48 of the next 48 balls. Very achievable with this batting duel. As Sheson couldn't get his revenge. 4 balls is bowled to Taiwo Mohammed, and none of them could get out Taiwo Mohammed. As Taiwo Mohammed, if you remember, in the first inning, took him out just in the second ball of delivery. And David Abibode, another victim of Taiwo Mohammed's prowess in the bowling, would look to get his own taste of revenge.
You can say that again. David Abibode has done well. And David Abibode into his final over. He's bowled 3 overs, has 1 wicket, 11 runs. Not a bad economy rate. But Taiwo Mohammed great piece of fielding there by Chemele Udekwe, ensuring that just 1 run. It was great effort. Captain Vincent Adewoye tried all he could. Oh, sensible batting, and the chase is on, and just 2 will be adequate.
Just whenever it looks like the Elephants are getting control with the balls needed and runs, they will always take advantage. The Dolphins I'm talking about, getting those balls and trying to keep those balls lower down the run as often as possible. Paul Palm has been here since ball 1, understands what these people are doing, what the Dolphins are doing. wanting to go to. No space for that. Good response by Udekwe in the boundary.
Running those channels and running it very well. That almost looked like a catch for David Abibode, but unfortunately, he wasn't aware. No run. And that has brought us to the end of the over for David Abibode. But more importantly, 13 overs gone, 74 for loss of 4 wickets. They need 44 runs in 42 balls. And the big question is, who will Captain Vincent Adewoye entrust with the ball? At this stage, there are discussions going on for intelligent players. After consultation or tete-a-tete, Captain Vincent Adewoye consulting with Sheson Adedeji, David Abibode, and Chiemele Udekwe, they decided to give the ball to Godswill Udwak. And Godswill Udwak into the 14th over would hope to replicate what the duo of Sheson Adedeji and David Abibode did. And for Paul Palm, he knows he's very central to his team's victory. Great start by Godswill Udwak. The pressure is mounting. For every dot ball, it's a pressure. And they want to do 2, and they will do comfortable 2 runs. You don't want to be in the shoes of the 2 coaches. Yes, the other one looks more like we are just playing for pride, Coach Leke Oyede. But the other coach needs this game badly. Coach Tamuno John plays it up. A defeat will hurt them. And just 1 run to add to the total runs that they have. They are currently on 77.
They have completely taken the pace of the ball and stuck to spin, and that is working out for them. And the last game, the limited over, the 6 overs that they played against the Central Eagles, pace really did cost them that, with a lot of extras and boundaries coming from the pace bowler overs.
They are lucky and they are safe. 40 runs needed in 37 balls. This looks like a game that will go down the wire, except we have a big over. Plays it up. And that was an opportunity that was missed by David Abibode. The calculation wasn't there.
A dive attempt would have gotten a catch, but I understand why he does not want to take any risk. If he had missed that ball, it was either going to be to the boundary ropes or a chance for more runs to be taken. 1 run is better than 3 to 4 runs by the Eastern Elephant. So that was a good end to the over. A catch opportunity, yes, certainly was missed, but they did stop more runs from being actualized at the same time. It was a 50-50 chance, and he took the gamble that was in his best favor.
I thought David was done. But David still has one more over. And they make 2 runs of that. They need all those runs. The fact that the Western Dolphins are cutting any boundary is quite commendable. The bowling has been very, very impressive.
Oluwaseyi Adegboye has also been very, very, very good behind the Storms for the Dolphins, making sure that no ball passes him and he's not giving any chance for any Byrons from actualizing. So the bowling, the fielding, as well as the wicket keeping for the Dolphins side have been very instrumental, and that is what they need. This game, they're already out of the tournament, that is for sure. But this game of pride, they need to sign out and sign out in style. They should.
I agree with you. Oluwaseyi Adegboye suffered a run out where they were batting, and I would have thought that maybe a Muiz Anima was going to keep the wicket. He has done very well behind the Storms. Taiwo Mohammed, 100% strike rate, 9 balls faced, 9 runs scored. Paul Palm is 17 short of half century. So on 33 runs from 40 balls. They will hope that he continues to bat and probably take his team home.
The fielding side, especially the spin bowlers, are not giving the batters any breather, as every time the run has completed, they've come in almost immediately to bowl, and the batters are actually batting in anticipation and in alertness. Oh no, oh no. What have you done, David? And you just helped the Eastern Elephants get 4 more runs. No, scratch that. That would be 5 given it was a wide ball. Or was it? No, it wasn't. Flicked off the bat and raced all the way to the boundary ropes. 4-4.
A needed boundary after several overs of using the word caging the Eastern Elephant from scoring those boundaries, which is required. They eventually get it. And last good ball to be bowled. If they continue to do this, they will be safe. Because at some point in time, they will have to be explosive. They've got wicket at hand. 15 overs gone. They are 89 for 4. They need 30 runs in 31 balls. For every dot ball advantage, the bowling side, and for every run scored, it's going to be advantage of the batting side. The Eastern Elephants will come back again tomorrow for their final game against the Southern Sharks. So if they get a victory today, tomorrow's game is very important to them. Else, tomorrow's game might just be inconsequential.
Desperate attempt for an LBW yell. You can tell just how much it means to them, but that was clear as the day wasn't threatening the wicket, either from the pitch or from the turn. Comes full, and that is a cut. Played straight back to the bowler, Taiwo Mohammed. Couldn't find the gap in between and the open field. and just sends that ball into the arms of Kingsley. Much needed wicket for the Eastern Elephants. My correction, the Western Dolphins. This was the initial appeal for an LBW, which wasn't given because it wasn't won. And the next delivery that followed suit, and that is the wicket. Take a look at it. There was an open field. Could have played it into the offside and taken that single, but wanting to go big and played it into the hands of Kingsley. That is what I've been talking about. The bowlers, the spin bowlers, haven't been giving the batters a breather. Taiwo Mohammed had to signal for him to wait, and just as soon as he took his stance, the bowler came in for him. The tactical approach that has been working so far, the pace has been taken off the ball, and now the batters have to play with power.
And that was what Peter was talking about. It was a freebie. Taiwo did not execute that shot very well. And in comes Jimo Abdurrahman, the man who stood in for Taiwo Mohammed when he was not available for the toss. Call him an able deputy. It won't be out of place. They have a lot of things in common, Jimo Abdurrahman and Taiwo Mohammed. Jimo Abdurrahman, when they are bowling, he comes from the pavilion end. Taiwo comes from the court of appeal end. Jimo Abdurrahman usually assists Taiwo.
Similar attempt, but Paul Palm wasn't buying into that temptation and just killed that ball. No run off that delivery, and somehow the Western Dolphins are holding control at the moment. Halfway into the batting order, and we have less than 5 overs of play. The 16th over has been completed. 90 on the ball, 28 of the next 24 balls. Boundaries will need to start coming, and twos as well between the wickets. It is going to be, I'm hoping it's not one of those games where the Eastern Elephants will take down the wire and then lose by a narrow margin. They've lost one game by 1 run, lost the second game by 2 runs.
While the Central Eagles are king of Navy wins, the Eastern Elephants can also be called the king of losing game by fine margins. Jimo Abdurrahman is yet to hit the ground running. He has 1 run from 1 ball faced. Daniel Ajekun is back, yet to get a wicket. The tactics employed by Vincent Adewoye seems to be working. He's cut off the pace, brought in spinners, and they've done an effective job. Yet to see him bowl, but he has done an amazing job by taking catches, difficult ones at that. And now it's time for Jimo Abdurrahman to show why he is an integral member of this team. Good pick up there by Muiz Anima, the best batter for his side and the best batter up until this moment. They now understand what they need to do. And every ball, they are scoring every run. But there are still some 4 shots because they need 26 in 22 balls. So they won't mind if they get a boundary.
Taking risk at everything is what the Eastern Elephants are doing at this point in time. They want to run off every ball. If the duels aren't coming, the thought shouldn't either. Consistently rotating strikes. The first 2 balls I've seen runs come off. This one just wasn't at that avenue. Lovely attempt, but David Abibode could have done better. And Jimo will be the beneficiary of that fielding error. Had his hands behind the ball and had a chance of kicking that ball out of the boundary ropes. Driven to the leg side, two fielders gave a chase. I think that contact from David Abibode took that chance from Udekwe, who was at a better position of stopping that ball before the boundary ropes.
But you have to also agree with me, Peter, that that was a very full delivery from Daniel Ajekun, and if that was well dispatched, it could be a maximum. But then they will take that 4 runs. At least the gap between what is required and the balls they are facing is not too much.
Yeah, certainly it is not too much. And David Ajekun was previously punished by Ramon, giving him a full ball to the leg side, which was dispatched for a 4, and expected that he would have taken corrections from that. This was not a lucky escape, and he needs to do better. Played off the front foot this time. Will it be 2? No, they will settle for 1, as this 17th over has quickly wrapped up. 97 is what the Eastern Elephants have on the board, meaning that what they need is 21 of the next 18 deliveries. If you look at it,
you are absolutely correct. Paul Palm is on 35, 15 short of half century, but he won't bother about that. He'll be more bothered about winning this game. 35 runs he has scored. Jimo Abdurrahman has come in to contribute his own. And let's get to see what Jimo Abdurrahman has also done with the bats. We've seen this one. Thank you. Jimo Abdurrahman has scored 7 runs from 6 balls. And like we said, they need 21 runs in 18 balls. For the frenetic finish, I bring on Olumide Ajao to continue proceeding.
Thank you, Shehu Adidaba. Ball is in the air. Will it go all the way? It's gone for the maximum. The first 6 of the day has been launched. Jimo Abdurrahman doing exactly what is in there. We see that on replay. That looks like a miscue. He gets maximum from it. His team needs it. He moves to 13 of 7 deliveries. Peter.
Didn't give too much runs with the bat, with the ball in the first inning, and with the bat, he knows he has to score runs. This isn't about keep defending. This is about tidying up.
Chiemele making a mess of that. There was a chance there, and that's 4 runs added to the total for the Eastern Elephants. You can see that again on replay. Power play. He's powered that all the way. Chiemele should get that. But he's fumbled that and he's rolled out of the pitch for 4. That was an half chance. He should have converted it into a full chance. Sees Jimo continue to bat.
For some reason that you would need a Vincent Adewoye every fielding position. He has done a lot of good stops in the middle of the field, and now in the outfield couldn't be complimented. That was a catch for the taking, and Udekwe didn't have the best of bowling overs. Now he had the chance to help his team try and tidy up on those loose ends, and he couldn't do just that. That was a catch, and that catch was a messed up one.
The fight is on, but the Eastern Elephants gradually moving closer to the target. It's 10 runs now needed of 14 deliveries. Paul Palm facing Kingsley. A jab into the V for just 1 run, rotating the strike very well. Paul Palm has been in there. He's been the mainstay for the Eastern Elephants, and the team has played around him. Jimo going hard again. Extra coverage on, and that's another mess. Come on, this is a miscue there. A fumble on the boundary ropes. They get 2 for that, Peter.
This was looking like a fight, but now it's looking more like an aid. Ones have become twos. Boundary stops have become boundary agitations. The fielding side, the Dolphins, could have done better in terms of keeping this ball and taking it down the wire. 7 runs, we do know it's an accomplishable feat unless for somehow they are able to take away all the wickets or keep these dots at the very maximum. But for now, all the Elephants need to do is just make contact and rotate strike as very frequently as possible. 7 needed of the next 12 balls, which means that 18 overs have been concluded, 11 for 5. 5 wickets have been taken in this sacrificial innings for the Elephants. They really needed to register 118 and have lost 5 wickets in the process, who have been able to totally amass a total of 111.
Yeah, when we see 111 on board, it says Nelson. There's a superstition around that number 111. Wickets fall. Let's see if Paul Palm will keep his wicket. He's done that. He's flicked that ball to mid-wicket area. Sure, running fast. Would get 2 from it, Paul Palm. He moves. He adds another 2 runs to the tally. And gradually, if not finally in this over, Paul Palm can get this game done. He keeps his calm. And again, another solid cover drive there. Kingsley couldn't pick it up one time. And 2 runs from there again. You see the difference when you pick the ball up one time? You cut out like 2 seconds with a good throw to the wicketkeeper, you get your run out, but you know, if you fumble 1 or 2 times, you allow valuable seconds for the batsman or the batter to get into his crease while running. Paul Palm full again from Ajeku, couldn't dispatch it.
Paul Palm has been here since the beginning of the innings all the way to this point. The most important part, 3 runs is what they need of the next 9.
He slugs that ball into the cover area, extra cover. And 2 of these boundary riders have tried to stop the ball. In futility, the ball runs into the boundaries. 4 runs from Paul Palm's bat. It's the allotted runs posted for them by the opposition, the Eastern Elephants. And now we've come to the end of this game. The Western Dolphins is taking it all. Look at that for a winning shot. Up and over the inner ring. And you can see the efforts of those fielders.
Yeah, do not understand what Daniel Ajakun tried to do there, but he ended this game just where at some point when it seemed like the Dolphins were in control. The fielding they were getting it right until this very point in the game where the most decisive period, and it was too late to make amends or take corrections as those runs were plummeting very, very fast. 5 wickets the Elephants won by. It's a much deserving given how narrowly they've lost 2 of their 4 fixtures. And going into tomorrow's all-win game, tomorrow is the most important match of this all-round robin edition part of the tournament, because one of the 2 teams winning tomorrow will be part of the 3 teams that have already qualified and make them 4 in the playoffs round. And if you look at the summary, starting from the first inning, it was Anima Shumois with 49 of 51 balls getting out of the last delivery. Vincent come in and registered 34 getting out. Dekwe only 9 equal out. Tao Mohamed with those first 3 wickets, totaling 4 wickets in for 23 runs in 4 overs. We'd won 1 of 11 for 4. Jimo getting 11 runs only and no wickets to his name. And in the Eastern Elephants coming into the second inning, Paul Palm started and finished the game with 44 of 50. Jimo 20 of 11 and Ramon Ali registering 18 of 17. Sheson Adedeji picking up 3 wickets for only 17 runs in 4 overs. David also 4 overs completed and picking up that 1 wicket. Kingsley Udwak got through, getting 1 wicket and 20 runs conceded. None was enough for the Western Dolphins as they will sign out of this tournament without a single win. Join us shortly as my colleague Sheun Ajidagba will be taking you on to the post-match, speaking with the two captains and as well as presenting the Player of the Match award.